Scientists say we must hold world heat growth by, so which does how indicate for the UK. They've proclaimed which they're inviting Verdant GB 1 week, a festivity of the UK's accomplishment as a planet lead in dealing environment changing until growing the economics. But will they do the enormous carbon sequestration intermittent yet necessary on these 6 key issues? Common, the UK's CO2 emissions include been declining, but transportation emissions include lost up by 4%. Human beings are purchase greater cars following the Exchequer remote the gas responsibility stimulus for cheap pollution hybrids. Drivers include as well rotated off of diesel engine vehicles that build less hothouse gases but radiate more than regional contamination. By the government's Consultative Board on Environment Changing says turnover of electrical cars and install of charge points are both of too sluggish. Meantime, campaigners say the judgment to assist human beings fly more than frequently by expansion Heathrow shows ministers' refuge tea captured the scope of the environment problem. Our aging habitation stockpile leaks warmth, and we can't encounter carbon sequestration emissions targets except we isolate homes superior. But household isolation has immersed by 95% since isolation grants include been cut off. Labour pledges to build 160,000 jobs in manufacturing homes power effective, but the Exchequer doesn't wish to pay householders to enhance their homes. The government as well utilized a schedule for null carbon homes, house homes that build as lot power as they utilize. Warmth for production is a enormous question too much. Ministers include been criticized for glacier advance in promotion technique how can see CO2 emissions of industry heater. The government is enterprising to utilize slate gas by the contentious method of fracking. They say he's nice for jobs and balance sheet of payments. Greens ask why we are searching more than gas while flaming the fossil embers we've already found would accident the environment. Meantime, ministers wish to extend nuke force to hold a distribution of options although breeze force is far more profitable. The government has as well practically prohibited the cheapest capacity resource of power coastal breeze. If meal and factory question is discarded in garbage dump, it will rot and build methane, that contributes to environment changing. Lot councils are now dividing meal and kindergarten waste management so firms can gear the methane as helpful biogas. But following a nice begin, emissions include been growing. Down there's mess and incoherence among regional councils above the top ways to transactions in waste management. Agriculture is a main resource of hothouse gases. Fertilizers and dung radiate hothouse gases, and farmer machines contaminate too much. Emissions of agriculture include hardly diminished. Scientists as well say we requirement more than woods and trees to absorb up the CO2 we make. They as well wish more than power cereal grown up to replace for oil in switching vehicles. And they wish us all to eat less than flesh, particularly bovine since factory-based foods build less emissions. We're departure to requirement new technologies to assist us use power otherwise. On the internet system can rescue individuals' ruinous power, and allow us to buy force more than cheap. We as well requirement to keep lot more than of the power engendered while the breezes blast firmly or the sun is vivid. And we must reinforce regional power networks to manage in the force created by regional sunny and breeze power. Attempts are as well creature done to gear hydrogen gas as a gas resource for trucks, buses, and homes, but advance is really sluggish. He's all a powerful problem, done stronger by the upwards front price of innovate. How verdant will Verdant UK 1 week very be?